How often do you say no when you want to? You know those times when people ask you to do something for them, you don't want to do it, you want to say no, but the word no just doesn't come out of your mouth? Have you ever had a time like that? I used to be like that all the time, but now I can say no to people comfortably, confidently, and assertively, which is great. If you want to learn how to do that, then keep watching this video because I'm going to share with you my 2 tips on how I do it. But before we get started, if you're watching this channel for the first time and you want regular tips on how to build your brand, visibility, and influence as an emerging leader, then make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you actually get notified every time I release a new video and you don't miss out. So I know you're waiting for my secrets on how to say no to the other person when they ask you something. So let's get to it. My first tip is to wait for the other person to ask. Now, how often do you do this? How often do you pick up on the other person's hints that they want you to do something, but you jump to offer your help instead? They don't even ask you. They hint about it, and then you just jump to offer your help. How often do you do this? I used to do this all the time. Okay, so it's not even a matter of saying no to the other person. It's a matter of stopping yourself before they have actually asked you, so don't pick up on their hints. Make sure you wait for them to actually ask you the question. Now, what this does is it puts the other person in the position where they have to take responsibility for what they're asking you. Don't open yourself up to be taken advantage of. The other person is the one who's asking you for a favor. Make them work for it. Don't pick up on their hints and make it easy for them. They might actually never ask you for the favor. If you make them ask, if you put them in a position where they have to ask you for the favor, they might give up and they might not actually ask you. You get out of it. If they still continue to ask you for the favor, then at least you've put them in a position where they have to take responsibility for what they're asking you. They have to own it. And they can't hide behind their indirect hints anymore and get you to pick up on those hints. Okay, so make sure you wait for the other person to ask. Now, tell me in the comments below, is this something you do? Do you usually wait for the other person to ask, or are you like I used to be when I used to pick up on the other person's hints and actually offer my help without them asking me anything? And my second tip for you is to use the word no somewhere in your sentence. How often when you want to say no to somebody do you actually try to avoid using the word no in an attempt to sound polite? You might say, well, I'll think about it, or ask me again later, or come back to me next week, in the hope that the other person won't come back and ask you again. But guess what? They do. They will. So you have to tell the other person no clearly and confidently right from the start. And you need to put the word no somewhere in your sentence. That's really, really important. I know it's hard to say no. I know it feels uncomfortable, but saying no will always feel uncomfortable. It's because you are moving outside of your comfort zone. You're stretching your comfort zone and you're growing as a leader. But if you want to be a leader, if you want to be a successful leader and not get stuck back in entry-level positions, then you need to learn how to say no when you need to. You need to learn how to set boundaries to protect your time, your priorities, and your goals. I hope these 2 tips that I shared with you in this video are going to help you do that. If you liked what I shared in this video and you found these tips on how to say no really helpful for you, then I want you to check out my Assertive Communication Skills Masterclass because I know you're going to love it. It's a 3-hour online video course. It's on Udemy and it will teach you assertive communication skills. So we cover a range of topics. The course lasts for about 3 hours. We cover a range of topics. We start with your fears about being assertive and help you overcome them. We go into body language strategies that you can use to project more assertiveness in your communication. How to be assertive in group situations, how to be assertive in one-on-one situations, and verbal strategies to be assertive. And that is where you're going to get more info on how to say no, how to set boundaries, how to make clear requests, how to delegate to other people, how to disagree with other people. And I don't know about you, but this is something I had a huge problem with and still do from time to time. So this course is amazing. I've had over 700 students go through the course, so I know what I teach you in this course really works. So if you have problems with saying no, being assertive generally, then definitely check out this course. I'll link to it in the description below. And if you liked what I shared with you in this video, then please hit the like button below, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you hit the notification button so you actually get notified every time I release a new video. If you want more information on how to say no, then head over to the Leadership Pod, my podcast, episode 10, where I talk about how to say no to other people. It's like a whole 20-30 minutes dedicated just to how to say no. So you'll learn a lot more in that episode. And make sure you share this episode, this video, with your colleagues and your friends, or anyone really who has difficulty saying no. Whether you're a professional, whether you're not professional, saying no is really hard. So I hope this video helped you and gave you some confidence in how to do that. I will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.